Hello. Excuse me. Barton, book 7, lesson 10. Okay, so today we are working on more vowel R sounds. So we have a word like, or we have a vowel R like AR, which normally makes its normal sound, which is R, as in Carl or smart or car or whatever. But when AR is followed by a vowel, um, it changes to air. So the way that I would write that for my student would be air. So AR plus a vowel says air. I might house that in the Barton notebook, right around page 93. And I would put something like this. When you put the brackets around it, it means that's how you say it. And I would put AR plus a vowel, and I might put the word like Carol. Okay. Whatever they want to put, doesn't matter. Okay. So we see a lot of words that use this, like the word Mary, but where we're usually going to see this is at the end of a word, like dictionary or library. And whenever you hear airy at the end, it's always going to be spelled that way. All right, moving on to part 2 of the new teaching. We worked on OR. So most of the time, OR is going to say or as in like gory or corn. And a lot of times at the end of the word, you're also going to be able to hear it really clearly, like category, or lavatory. So ORY and ARY are common word endings, and they both make different sounds. So usually you don't have to look it up. Like the word dignitary, I can hear really clearly that that's going to be an ARY, dignitary. Inventory, I can hear that that's an OR and then a Y at the end. But we get into a word like history, and now it's unaccented and gets pretty sloppy. I mean, a lot of people don't go around saying history. Certainly when you have a word like historian, you can hear it really clearly because of the accent shift and all that kind of stuff. But in a word like history, really it sounds like an ERY here. It sounds like history. So it gets a little bit challenging for students. You can hear it and they will have to look it up like with a question mark R right here. Okay, so they will need to look up that as they're getting used to these spellings. So we see it in a word like history, but then like gallery, that's spelled how you would expect it to be spelled, okay? And same with factory. Most of the time people are going to say factory. They're not going to say factory. Same with savory. Savory would be one that I would have them look up, savory, and they would discover that that is going to be an ORY, savory, okay? So, artillery, another one, they would have to look it up, artillery, and that is going to be an ERY. So, ERY at the end can be spelled ORY or ERY. So it sounds like, what does it sound like? It sounds like ERY, and how it can be spelled is ERY or ORY. And I would do a word like gallery or maybe history, something like that. Okay, let's switch screens now and take a look at a couple other things. So if you are looking for the rule cards for that, the rule cards are right here. We've got ARY as in military, we've got ORY as in category, and we've got ERY at the end as in artillery and history. All right, extra practice pages. I did these before because there is a lot to fill in for these. So let's go back. Make real words by changing the order of the syllables. Write the real word On the blank line, do not change the order of the letters within the syllable. Okay, so it's like mixed up syllables, not mixed up letters. I feel like this might be pretty hard for some kids. So I do want you to have the answers to it, and I'll just walk through them. Fragmentary, artillery, secondary, momentary, involuntary, illusionary, prehistory, conservatory, vocabulary, revolutionary, delivery. That was the one that when I was doing this before, took me a hot second to get that one. Shortest one, go figure. Missionary. So awesome. This is a great time to also talk about vocabulary if your student is unfamiliar with some of it. Draw a line from the entire word in the first column to its related word in the second column. So accessory goes with access, functionary goes with function, advisory goes with advise, explanatory goes with explain, adversary goes with adverse, regulatory goes with regulate, and obligatory goes with oblige. Another great time to use those in a sentence, talk about the vocabulary, all that kind of stuff. The last one, this would be the parent says each word, add ARY or ORY. If you're not sure, use your spell checker. So we've got exclusionary. I felt like when I was doing this, if you say the word, they'll be able to hear the airy or the ORY. There's no ERYs in this one. Dromedary, respiratory, hickory. Well, there's one. Hickory. That one they might have to look up. Culinary, inflationary, mandatory, February, inflammatory, supervisory. That one maybe. And directory, and maybe this one too. Those are the three that you probably have to look up. Is that it? Yeah, extra practice number 5. So that's it for Barton level 7, lesson 10. Decode, don't guess. Oh wait, no, it's not it. Wrapping it up, I'm not even done. Okay, so fluency drills. Long words, you know, just the same thing as always. There are two different fluency drills. So make sure that they're keeping the vowel and the R's together. Arbitrary. Again, ARY at the end is going to say airy. 2 syllables in that. Sometimes the OR is going to say or, sometimes it's going to say like as in savory. Savory. Arbitrary. Yeah, I think that is divided wrong. That's tricky. For this one, I might actually have them go through. Instead of dividing up those ARY and ORYs, I might have them, if they're struggling with them, I might have them put them together like this and divide before that. So yeah, that's what I might do, just to keep those together for them. Anyhow, that's it. Another great time to talk about vocabulary with these words. Make sure they can use them in a sentence. Look them up if they want to. Oh, one other thing that they can do, one other resources that we do have is this Quizlet program, which is free. You just need to get a code. And if you are looking for the code, there is one attached to the lesson summary and resource page. Otherwise, you can just email me for one, but there are some vocab cards in here that your student can go through and do some of the work related to that if they need more work on vocab. So don't guess, decode, and we'll see you for the last lesson in level 7. Yay. All right, that's it. Have a great day.